Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. It's been a while since we've actually done a proper video as well, but I thought we'd bring this out now because over the last 2 days, there's been some, little words online. Everyone going, Aquaman 2, yay, it broke even, it's made us money. No, it hasn't. I'm here to show you exactly why it hasn't, so let's get into it. So first of all, I do want to say it is kind of sad that obviously this film, it had a lot of stuff going against it. I love James Wan, the director and the writer of the film. I love Jason Momoa. I love Patrick Wilson. But obviously certain things made this film not exactly make the money that the first one did. Now we need to remember, when the very first film came out in 2018, it was the tail end of the biggest superhero year ever. You had Infinity War, which literally came out of the gates in March, April, and it blew everything out of the water. Obviously, people were like, well, I want to watch some other stuff. Other superhero films. Aquaman came out around Christmas time, and there wasn't any other films, no family-orientated ones anyway, like there was last year. You had Wonka and a few other ones. And this one, well, it just kind of got lost in a sea of controversy because of its female lead, where all her stands are like, oh my god, it's her movie. It's not her movie. Is her name Aquaman? No. So, you got this one by here, which is the first one we're going to look at. Aquaman 2 is first DCEU movie since the original to pass huge global box office milestone. Yes, 400 million. You had like 13 other films from 2023 past that as well. So it's not exactly a huge, oh my god, as they're trying to make it out to be. And I do want to point out, all the websites we're going to be looking at, which contradict each other, is the same website, Screen Rant. It goes on to say that Aquaman has grossed over 400 million, 412 million to be precise, at the global box office. Only 13 movies from last year have surpassed the 400 million mark, making it an impressive achievement. Editing Dan here, actually, it's not that impressive because when you look at statistically each year, many movies have actually crossed the 400 million mark. The only times it started to dwindle is because of COVID. And it goes on to say about, obviously, Aquaman, the sequel to the 2018 one. Per the numbers, the Aquaman The Lost Kingdom box office has now hit a worldwide total of $412 million midway through its 6th weekend. Passing the 400 million mark, and is an impressive achievement for any release. And in fact, only 13 movies. And it goes on here now to say, obviously, it's the first DCEU movie since the original to pass that particular benchmark. Now, I want to bring that part up first. They're going, oh, it's the first DCEU movie to pass the benchmark, blah, blah, blah. 2020, 2021, they released a couple of films which, in my eyes, are actually better than Aquaman 2. I have seen Aquaman 2. It's not bad, it's alright, but it's not like, oh my god, that is amazing. Is it better than The Flash? By about 50% better. Is it better than Blue Beetle? Hell no. Blue Beetle rules. But with all of this, 2020, obviously, what was going on, the world was shut down. They decided to release, of all things, Wonder Woman straight to online streaming. That's why it didn't make its money. 2021, day and date with a lot of films. What did they decide to do? We're going to release it day and date. Online streaming. You had The Suicide Squad, which in my eyes is one of the best DCU films of probably the last 6 years. It is so good, The Suicide Squad by James Gunn. So you had them there. But this one by here, this actual website, it does go on, the Aquaman box office could be a good sign for the future of the franchise. No, because guarantee you within the next 2 months, we are going to get Jason Momoa is Lobo. That's what we're going to get. And it goes on here, as you can see, Shazam, Birds of Prey, Wonder Woman. Birds of Prey, that, as you can see with that one, that was released literally at the very start of the world shutting down. and it only made 201 million. Hell, when you look at Wonder Woman 1984, 166 million because it was released literally in theaters when no one was going. Suicide Squad, same day, same date, online streaming and everything else, 167 million. If that wasn't to, being released as they say, as they did it, it wouldn't have happened. That would have been a big, big hit, I'm telling you right now. But then as you can see, it goes into Black Adam, Shazam, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and Aquaman 2. But with all of this, I'm telling you right now, the reason these films have not made a lot more money is because they said they're getting rid of literally everything that's come before it. Shazam literally was just released after Black Adam, where Black Adam said and promised the world Henry Cavill is back as Superman. That was a big hit for him. If they continued that Henry Cavill was Superman, guarantee you Shazam would have made a bit more money. Guarantee it. Because that's just how people think. Oh, Henry Cavill's back as Superman. Great, let's support it. Then obviously he came out a couple of days later, I am back, in his Instagram post. I am back, I am Superman again. We are working towards an amazing film, which was going to be Man of Steel 2. But then obviously the guy who now owns Warner Brothers, the guy who owns Discovery, the one who's literally just demolishing Warner Brothers, is like, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. You can just create your own films, go on. And that's what they did. But it does go on to say about, obviously, what's going on. And obviously, you got the new Superman film coming out. You got the, obviously, the Superman Legacy film that's going to just blow everything out of the water. So we have this one by here. This one by here. Aquaman 2 box office passes 2022 DC flop's entire global gross in 4 weeks. This is done by Matthew Ruddy on January the 22nd. And here, he's got about, obviously, the film has already grossed this, nearing this, and going on. And he has said, made on a budget of $205 million. They're all going, no, it's broke even, yay! I'm here to tell you it's not, because again, rule of thumb, the way they do it and the way they've said is, the advertising budget for Aquaman 2 was 100 million to 110 million. It wasn't. You never take that into account because, again, that there is not including reshoots. When they say it's made this, it's broke even, out of that $412 million, Warner Brothers will more than likely only see about 190 to just under 200 million. And remember now, they're saying on this one here, remember, Screen Rant, January 22nd, budget of 205 million. But what is this one by here, though, which is published by someone else on the same website? And it's got that its production budget of $215 million. The film needs to make over 400 million worldwide to break even. So if they're going on to say, we just put the budget on again, okay then, so it needs to make $430 million to break even. It hasn't even achieved that. And it's not going to. So it hasn't broke even, but then you got obviously them, this other writer, it's broken even, yes, it's made a huge milestone. This one, oh no, it's not that, it's only made this, and this is a 205 million budget. No. Again, so many people get all of this mixed up with what it actually needs and wants to do. And you are going to have, obviously, why Aquaman 2 has already outperformed Black Adam, but what people need to realize, the superhero genre at this moment in time is in fatigue and it is drowning. And that is because we've literally, since 2008, every single year, there has been 4, 5, 6, or even 10 superhero movies coming out from all comics, You got Marvel, you got DC, you got so many comics coming out. Bloodshot with Vin Diesel, Image and everything else. There's so many comic book movies being made that people are just getting a little bit sick and tired of it at this moment in time. And with this one, Aquaman 2, it has not broken even though all these things are saying, it's broken even, yay! No. $430 million is their break even, as they're saying, But again, these websites are only trying to make this film look a little bit better and be like, oh, it's making its money back. Just because they want to go against people who do not like AH. And that's a guaranteed fact. Because all these websites, Screen Rant, Washington Post, all these, they all stuck up for her. But out of all of this, so, you know, it's past its production budget. Hell, when it made $300 million, they were like, oh, it made its production budget back. People were singing and dancing. But the Marvels, which I haven't seen, and I probably will watch it at some point, but I'm not a fan of Marvel anymore at the moment. I'm just a bit sick of it. I'm watching Deadpool 3, don't get me wrong with that. But with the Marvels, that didn't exactly make its production budget back, but it made over $200 million. You know, there's so many things going on with the way that the media is portraying Aquaman 2 to be this some kind of giant milestone. It's not. It has literally made $700 million less than the first movie. Just think of it like that. $700 million less than the first film. It does make you think. But on one of these websites, I have to find it because I actually found it quite funny, to be honest with you. And it's the way they would go about that with Aquaman 2. Aquaman 2 has made more money than Dune Part 1. Dune Part 1, which again was released in 2021, which was released same day online streaming on HBO Max as in the cinemas, that made $402 million. So they're going on, oh, well, it made more than Dune Part 1. Dune Part 1 was able to make $500 million the same day it went online streaming. Think of it like that. But again, no, people don't want to go around and be like, oh, yeah, it made more than that. Yeah, but that was same day streaming. People still went and saw Dune. And people need to realize as well, run times. Again, people aren't bringing all of this. They just want to say, oh, I made more money, that's it. No. When you look at certain films, if you want to be pedantic about it as well, you've got Avatar 1 and 2 and Titanic. 3 of the top 5 all-time grossing movies. They're all over or just under 3 hours long. Imagine if they were 2 hours long. You could probably add another billion or $1.5 billion on each film. Guarantee it. You know? But they don't want you to know that because, again, they want to make it look like it's something amazing that Aquaman 2, which it hasn't. So, ladies and gents, if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I am down by here on all of these platforms. Come and follow us, and I'll see you all soon.